Hello everyone and welcome to this video about the Swam Big Band template for DVZmate. In another video we already gave you a quick overview of the updated Swam templates and how they work. If you didn't see that video, there's a link in the comments below. That's where we discussed the main facts of the templates and the required plugins, so check that out. Now this time let's take a closer look at the Swam Big Band template and the included presets of the Swam Big Band Core Performance. The Swam Big Band is a free download which generally contains a DAW project and a DVZmate performance with a set of dedicated presets. This template is built to emulate the ensemble of a traditional big band without auxiliary instruments. The ensemble is comprised of 2 alto saxophones, 2 tenor saxophones, 1 baritone saxophone, 4 trumpets in B, 3 tenor trombones and 1 bass trombone. And then we have set up a rhythm section with piano, drums and bass. In these tracks you can just load whatever instrument you prefer. Since this ensemble only uses the first 16 parts of DVZmate, you are of course completely free to expand the rhythm section or add in whatever auxiliary or additional instruments you would like. All of the Swam instruments in this template are carefully adjusted to improve the sound and responsiveness for playing in an ensemble. You will see that also all the instruments have their own individual instance of eReverb 2 with the tail turned off. This way, every instrument has its specific positioning and early reflections, but there is only one additional instance of the reverb taking care of the actual reverb tail to bind everything together. This is the sound of the big band the way we designed it, with all the positioning and tail in place. If you don't own eReverb 2 or if you deactivate all of the plugins, the band will sound completely dry like this. CC1 is set to control the vibrato depth for all of the Swam instruments, but we have edited the curve for the brass instruments a bit so that it is a little bit steeper. So you will hear very little vibrato on the brass in the lower values, but the brass will perform a shake in the higher range of the controller as you just heard. So that's the basic setup of this template, and it's pretty much identical throughout the different DAWs. Now let's have a look at the really interesting part. The Big Band Core Performance and the orchestration presets included in it. This performance includes 100 presets mapped across all 5 pages on the Perform page. When you explore these presets, watch carefully how many voices are active to see what kind of chord it was designed for. If you see 3 voices active, it was designed for 3-note chords like this. If you see 4 voices active, you'll get the best results playing 4-note chords like major 7 or 6th chords. There are 5 and 6 voice presets as well. Since most presets were set up in fill voices mode, you can still get quite nice results even if you are not playing the exact number of notes selected. And then there are presets that have the melody range enabled. These are designed for unison playing. You can also recognize them as they usually only have one voice enabled, but these presets are not using the DVZ engine at all. Just play a single melody line with these. The first page focuses on orchestrations using the full band in different voicing styles, color combinations and mutes. The second page focuses specifically on brass couplings of trumpets and trombones without any saxophones. The third page then focuses on the saxophone section, page 4 on the trumpets, and page 5 on the trombones. For the brass instruments, there are versions with different mute settings that automatically change the mutes on the Swam instruments for you. The Swam instruments have a lot of different mute options built in that sound great and bring very different sound colors to the table. Now, as we look at these presets, it's helpful to know a little bit about the way big band voicings and the particular sound we have grown accustomed to are constructed. Let's say you have a melody note, a G, that you want to harmonize with a G6 chord. You could just put all the notes still missing from the chord directly below the melody note and assign them one by one to the 4 instruments of our section. That is called a close voicing, because the notes of the chord are as close to each other as possible. As you get to higher or different ranges of the instruments, this can sound a little strained and you may want a slightly more open sound. What you can do now is drop the second note from this close voicing down an octave. That's what we call a drop 2 voicing. We have created presets that use transposer plugins to automatically transform every close voicing you play into drop 2 voicings. Play the exact same close voicing on the keyboard and it will instead sound like this. You can take this concept one step further and also drop the fourth note from the close voicing down an octave. That would be called a drop 2 and 4 voicing. And again, with a dedicated preset, that kind of voicing can be automatically created from close position chords. You will find this terminology all over the presets of this performance. Usually you would have to spend a lot of time practicing these different voicings, but Divisimate offers you a shortcut here. So with any of these presets, try playing close voicings of 4-note chords and you can explore the sound difference between these different voicings very easily and hear what works for which chords in what range of the instruments. There also are drop 3 voicings, but these are a little bit less common, so we did not include them in these presets. And then of course, once you use multiple sections, you can mix this up. Voice one section in drop 2 and the other one in closed voicing. These are some of the techniques applied in the full band presets. Big band arranging is a broad field, and Divisimate is uniquely equipped to exploring different techniques here. We can't get into all of the intricacies here, but if you would like more educational content about this, let us know in the comments and of course subscribe to the channel. Usually on the section-specific pages you will find unisons and solos in the first 2 rows, followed by a row of closed voicings, a row of drop 2 and then a row of drop 2 and 4 voicings. For the brass, everything is available with a couple of different mutes as well. That means if you're looking for the most essential close voicing orchestration on any page, you'll always find it on the left in the middle slot. There are 2 more kinds of presets you'll find here. You'll find some of these presets are called double lead. This essentially just means that the top note of the played chord is represented a second time 1 octave lower within the resulting voicing. This way every other chord note is only there once, but the lead is doubled in octaves. That's a very classic sound, especially in the saxophone section. And finally we have 4 presets called Modern or Classic Root. These are designed for a kind of bass plus chord playing style. Play the bass note of your chord and a 4 or 5 note chord a little bit higher up to hear how these presets were intended to sound. So that was a lot of theory and different concepts. I hope you stuck around with us until this point in the video. Generally, all of these presets were designed to be fun to play. Just explore them and see what sounds good to you. We really enjoy big band arranging, and it's definitely not done enough, so we hope that this template and Divisimate help more people to write in this style and create good music. We actually have a second performance in the works for this template with another 100 presets. That one will be released soon, so stay tuned for that. But for now, we have reached the end of this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.